So due to concerns, Claude might not release its latest model. They say it's too advanced and it's too strong to release. In this video, we're gonna talk about that and also other stuff. So make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe, and let's go to the video. All right, guys. So today we are reacting to a CNN video. It says, terrifying warning sign, Anthropic delays AI model over security reasons. They're saying basically it's too advanced. How can they not release something just because it's too advanced? That's what we're gonna know now. And guys, before we go to the video, please check out our sponsor. It's a very cool sponsor. Check it out. This is elodan.com, guys. This is a really interesting website. You can do text to image, image to image, text to video, image to video, and text to voice. So actually you can also chat. You can chat with AI using all the models that you need. Elodan is very smooth, guys. You have to try it out. It has everything you need. You can chat, you can create images, you can create videos. This tool can help you with anything you do in your life. So make sure to head to elodan.com right now and get the offer. Now back to the video. All right, guys, let's start the video.
Anthropic has decided not to release its latest AI model called Claude Mythos to the full public. Now, this version is apparently so advanced it can find vulnerabilities in a huge variety of software applications, which is both a great advancement potentially for improving cybersecurity and also a huge danger if used by criminals or others to hack into systems.
It is.
For now, Anthropic is only making this system available to some of the biggest tech companies so they can test it and improve their own systems. The fear, of course, if it falls into the wrong hands, cyber criminals, spies, the fallout could be catastrophic.
Guys, do you think this is also a marketing campaign? Do you think this is a marketing campaign? They're just, okay, our new AI model is too advanced, man. It's too advanced for human beings. It should be for aliens. It should be for companies. It should be for governments. It shouldn't go to the normal people's hands. You think this is a marketing move by Claude? You never know. You never know, because we heard this a lot. We heard this with all the other models, especially the first ChatGPT. They said, oh, it's too strong. It shouldn't be in people's hand. So I think this is also like that. This is a marketing campaign, but we're going to dig deeper because this is the first time I see this. So maybe there's something actually worth noting. There's security reasons that might cancel the release of this model. We're going to check this out.
Tom Friedman lays out those concerns in his latest New York Times op-ed with the headline, Anthropic's restraint is a terrifying warning sign. He's also the author of the best-selling book, among many others, From Beirut to Jerusalem. So, Tom, you write this is potentially as fundamental and significant a turning point as was the emergence of mutually assured destruction and the need for nuclear non-proliferation. That's a huge statement. How do you say that, and what is your biggest concern?
Well, Anderson, our economy now, all our biggest systems, our water systems, our airlines, our airports, our transportation and telecommunication systems, all run on software and operating systems, as do those of every other major economy in the world that we are interlinked with.
Yep.
And if basically we now have a software that not only is fantastically good at writing new code, but it turns out is fantastically good at finding bugs in your own code or other people's codes. That
cool.
tool, that power now can be used all over the world. It would be in the hands of everyone. Imagine a world where everyone had a nuclear bazooka, basically. And because it's so easy, a cyber threat that used to be confined to intelligence organizations, big companies, it was very hard and very expensive to do, is become really cheap and really easy.
This is the main concern. Having too much power makes hacking so much more easy.
Anthropic.
Yeah. And Anthropic, what they've actually said, what they've disclosed is that, quote, they say the vulnerabilities this program it has spotted have in some cases survived decades of human review and millions of automated security tests. I mean, that's mind-blowing that all the current, humans looking at it and all the current, AI security tests that they have run programs through and software through, all of it still had bugs that were detected by this new powerful AI.
Well, this is a point that my technology tutor and partner in this column, Craig Mundy, keeps making, that these AI capabilities, they're coming so much faster than people realize, and that we aren't, as Craig says, birthing just a new tool. Anderson, we're birthing a new species. It's not carbon-based like we are, but silicon-based. But it is a new species that we're going to have to learn to control and collaborate before it makes us its pet. So this is the front end of a really
Crazy
big
statements.
problem.
Well, regulation, control is not a word that this White House is very interested in terms of artificial intelligence. Anthropic is probably one of the few AI companies, Dario Amodei, who left OpenAI years ago with his sister and several others to form Anthropic. They're probably the most kind of safety forward. Do you think that there will be, given now this development and others, some sort of move to really look at kind of regulation or even government to government? I mean, even with some of America's adversaries, you've written about the idea of the U.S. and China kind of getting together on this.
Well, I think, Anderson, this is the front end of a fundamentally new problem we have as a species, okay? So I started out in journalism, and you started out when the world was connected. During our tenure with the internet, the world became interconnected. What's happened today is the world has become interdependent, okay? As my teacher, Dov Seidman, likes to say, interdependence is no longer our choice, it's our condition. Now, we are going to rise together or we're going to fall together. But baby, whatever we're doing it together. Now, we can discover that early or we can discover that late, but we will discover that. It's true about climate, but it's also true now about cyber tech and all of these communication systems. No company alone can solve this problem. Therefore, no country alone can solve this problem. And therefore, sooner or later, the two tech superpowers, the US and China, are going to have to sit down and work out this problem together, learn how to compete and cooperate on AI.
True.
Because we are interdependent.
Collaboration.
That is our condition. It's not a choice. Trump can learn that early. He can learn that late, but he will learn that.
If you have, though, these powerful AI weapons at your disposal, and if it's an American company that has it, if there's an AI arms race, which is how many people describe what is happening around the world, isn't there a kind of a push at some point or pressure at some point for an American company to in some way use this for the benefit not only of their own company, but for a country's benefit? The idea of some sort of China-U.S. alliance on this seems far difficult to imagine right now.
Hard to imagine, but it's when I say it to people,
it's the only way out. China-USA collaboration is the only way out. Is the only way to regulate this AI thing. AI will never get regulated, guys. AI will never get regulated if AI didn't come to a collaboration between China and USA. Will never happen. Why? Because USA is creating and advancing, and China is also creating and advancing. USA has its own regulations. China has its own regulations. China's regulations, it's completely different than the USA ones. So, for example, USA creates Veo 3, a new video model, okay? China creates Kling, so much more cheaper. All the regulations that happens in the Veo model from Google, they don't apply for the Kling model. So if me as a user have some restrictions with using Google Veo, I'm just going to go for the Chinese model and vice versa. So they have to come to a mutual agreement. This is key, guys.
Say, God, that's incredibly naive. I say, no. What's naive is thinking we're going to be okay if we don't do that. Because there's no way both China and America will be hugely vulnerable to criminals within their own societies when they have these tools, much more vulnerable than they're going to be to any threat the other would pose. So again, we're in the middle of a giant meta transition. I've been working on a new book on this. We have become godlike as a species. We've just created this super intelligent being. There's just one problem. We become godlike without the 10 commandments. And, you know, we're going to have to sit down and together with the biggest companies and our biggest rivals and write a new 10 commandments, 10 for us and 10 for the new species we've just birthed.
OpenAI is calling for governments to implement common sense AI regulation on the substance of the...
All right, this is like another subject. So guys, this is actually crazy, guys. This is insane to think about, because hacking never been easier. Hacking have never been easier, man. Hackers like having the best time of their life right now. AI is serving hackers. And with this new model from Anthropic, imagine the data breaches that can happen. The only solution is, of course, the white hacking. Like people who are using hacking for good and trying to create cybersecurity, they have to jump into this tool so fast, because if the bad hackers get their hands first, it's going to be a big problem. So guys, thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and make sure to check elodan.com, the sponsor of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.